We suck. Want to give a quick shout out to the flagship sponsor of David Talks Buffs and David Talks Broncos YouTube channel, and that is Profit X, America's #1 sports prediction market. This is peer-to-peer sports prediction where players play against each other, like you and me, instead of a sports book versus the house. You almost always get the best odds on any play that you're looking to make. They operate in over 40 states, including Texas, where I reside. So use the promo code Dave and claim up to $200 in profit cash for all plays in the first 30 days of playing on the site. Terms and conditions apply. Go ahead, click the link in the description, sign up using my promo code Dave on Profit X, and join me on America's #1 sports prediction market. Thanks to Profit X for sponsoring David Talks Buffs. Thank you to Colorado area local Taco Bell sponsoring the show for the Buffs box. Guys, go out and get a Buffs box. Drown your sorrows with Taco Bell. $7. Get like 5 great items. And you know Colorado needs it. Support Colorado athletics. Support Colorado area Taco Bell. Russ, I hope you had the over. I hope you had the over on this.
I did not.
Because, 56 points scored in this game. And where do you want to start, man? Do we just suck, man? That's my first thought.
Yeah, I mean, the best way I can put it, because I'm already seeing terrible takes online, including in the chat. People thinking that somehow by starting Caden Salter, we were going to win that game, or starting Julian Lewis, we were going to win that game. Sorry, but nobody's winning that game when you allow 430 yards to Houston, and they have the ball for 13 minutes in the third quarter.
Dude, a 17-play drive to open up the third quarter. Dude,
yeah,
we had negative offensive yards.
Somebody just like tweeted me out because I said the same thing, because they were like, this is all on the offense. And I'm like, nope, it's on both. It is on both equally. And he's like, well, when you go 3 and out every time, I'm like, I made that excuse for this defense against Georgia Tech. I'm sorry, but an 8-minute drive to start the half is all on the defense. Game was over at that point. All the momentum you took into the half by scoring those 2 touchdowns on offense, looking good on offense, goes out the window when you have to sit there for 8 minutes of the quarter watching the other team drive down and score. So there's that. So the problem is it's both. It is offense and defense. Nobody gets a pass. Stop giving somebody a pass and saying the other side was good. They were not.
No, man. I can't think of one player, one phase of the game that didn't just suck today, man. Everybody freaking bad, dude. Everybody sucked.
Even our special teams, like Greaves started out well. His first punt was amazing. When I was like, okay, here we go again. And then he just kind of averaged out the rest of the game. Didn't have horrible punts, but also wasn't playing up to his expectations.
Yeah, but in this review, if you're not elite, you suck. And so we all suck today. That's like, dude, how many... And I'll say this, man. It's hard for me to be too upset today. I met my nephew for the first time today, as well as my grandpa. Celebrated his 100th year on Earth today. So that's freaking awesome. But, dude, I swear, Russ, my 100-year-old grandpa could have caught some of those balls that those Colorado receivers dropped today, man. Poor, dude. Jason Phillips should be ashamed of his group. I think just overall, the identity of this team right now is soft.
Yeah. Well, it's what we talked about last week. What we hoped to glean out of the Delaware game was, hey, maybe we'll get an identity. Okay, well, now this game has to be the identity game, right? Dave, this team has absolutely no identity. And what I'd like to say to a lot of people, because again, I'm getting so much like crap on Twitter that everybody like is legitimately saying that Salter would have won this game. And I am like beyond like incensed that people would think that somehow Salter would make a difference. What this team was doing by starting Staub was hoping to generate some juice with the team to find a identity to see if it could do something. Because I'm sorry, the first 2 games with Salter, the rest of the team wasn't like playing up to par. It just looked like they were dead. They didn't love being a part of it. And I loved what the announcers said at the beginning of this game, Dave. They said it. They said your team decides who the quarterback is. Your team decides who the quarterback is, not the coaches. And the team wanted Staub and were more juiced up to play with Staub. And so to say that this loss was on him, like, is absolutely hilarious. That's what you're saying if you're saying Salter would have won that game. The fact is, no quarterback's winning that game. And if we're being honest going forward, Dave, no quarterback is going to win us any game if the defense can't stop anything. Because I'm sorry to say it, give Houston the credit. By the way, I said it going into the game. Their defense is very good. Their offense is not very good, and our defense just did that against them. What's going to happen when we play, by the way, after next week? We can talk about next week briefly later on, but the 4 games after Wyoming, Dave, are against the 4 best teams in the Big 12 with high-powered offenses that are ready to explode. Dude. So anybody out there want to say that, you know, that's what it's on solely is completely dumb. Now, I will get to my point later on in the show of why Staub is no longer going to be the quarterback in my eyes. But to say that Salter wins that game hands down is absolutely hilarious from anybody saying that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Nah, man. This, again, this is a total program failure, losing 36-20, dude. Coach Prime, man, he has to look himself in the mirror, I feel like, with where he wants to take this team. Adjustments and accountability needs to be made. I'm kind of going to be going all over the place right now, Russ, but
yep.
Yeah, you know, I've been very critical of Pat Shurmur, of course, to start the year. He was just as bad, sadly, as he was at different points so far this season. Robert Livingston. This is a team that has 37 seniors, and they're playing like they're anything but that, man. Robert Livingston, I've been so disappointed with. I can't trust this defense for anything. I didn't trust them to keep the over-under or the under 44 and a half or 45 points, man. I'll tell you that. But we made Connor Weigman. We made Connor Weigman, guys, look like Lamar Jackson. Do you guys get that right now? We made him look like Lamar Jackson. This man, I was looking back at his game logs, Russ. Dude, this guy had like a top 5 career game. His best game since like 2023 was tonight against the Buffs, man. We allowed him to have that. We allowed him to find his swagger back when he was back at Texas A&M. And, dude, don't even get me started on Dean Connors, man. Dean Connors was who we were all hoping Charlie Alfredahl was going to be for us, man. Like, this was tough, man. That dynamic duo of having, you know, Lamar Jackson and Christian McCaffrey back there. That's what they looked like against this defense.
Yes.
Just pathetic, soft, embarrassing. We got meme today, man.
Well, okay, and we're starting off with the defense like we're giving a pass to the offense. Everybody's saying, oh, quit moving the goalposts. Staub hype failed. Duh. The offense sucks. I literally just said both suck. The defense sucks. The offense sucks. Okay? What do you guys want? We're talking about the defense first. Okay? And then we'll talk about the offense.
Yeah,
but they're both bad.
we can't be wrong right here, right now, man. You know, everybody was bad, dude. Like, do you think we had more dropped passes or missed tackles? That will be interesting.
Missed tackles, although it was close. We were getting up there that one drive where they dropped every single ball thrown at them 3 straight plays. So it was close, Dave. It was close.
Yeah, man. And I will say, I guess one of the few positives is that I'm trying to find it here. When I'm looking at like the total team stats, penalties. We had 5 penalties. That's
Yep.
that's a low for right now a Coach Prime coached Colorado Buffaloes team. The problem is that I felt like all 5 of those are close to him, man. Maybe 3 or 4 of them, they came on like third down to extend drives like all the time, man. Like right now, this team has, what do you call it when you're like an anti-clutch? You got the anti-clutch gene where like you're always screwing stuff up to make things worse. What do you even call that, man? That's what we got right now, this anti-clutch gene. That was an 8-minute drive, right? 7.5-minute drive to start the third quarter where they ended up with 3 points. What?
Yep. Well, and I will say, because everybody in the chat saying there is no positives from this game. I'm going to give you positives because there absolutely was. London Merritt, Alex McPherson, the rookies, the freshmen came in as freshmen. They shouldn't be in this game. They shouldn't be having to go in there and play this game. And yet they are, and they were making plays. Okay? That shouldn't be happening. Again, that tells you where this team is at. Okay? Which is why, yes, when I get to it, what should be happening, starting with Wyoming, because it's Wyoming, you play Julian Lewis. You play Quentin Gibson. Okay? You play London Merritt, Alex McPherson. Hell, at this point, Dave, with how shitty our linebackers are, and I don't care what anybody says, nobody can say our linebackers are any good right now. Okay? Play Mantrez Walker at this point and see if he can at least, close a gap, figure out his gaps, go where he needs to go, instead of running like he's completely with his head cut off and missing the entire gap when a quarterback like Connor Weigman, however you pronounce his name at this point, I don't even care, gets the ball and runs at you like they did today. Like, that's what I mean. Say that, hey, punt on the season, develop the young players, show what they have. If you can at least show glimpses of what this team could be going forward, you can still get all of your recruits to sign on to be with Julian Lewis and to be on with the future. Just stop everybody. Like, everybody just assumes this is the end of CU as a whole, Dave. This is the end of CU as a football program. We are never, every guy is transferring. Every guy's decommitting tomorrow. It happens every time we lose a game. Heck, last year when we lost Nebraska, I remember everybody said the same exact thing, that no way we get Julian Lewis at that point. I remember that being said. No way we get any of the players we were going to get. Yeah, guess what? Guess what happened to Florida State last year, guys? What happened to Florida State last year, Dave?
Dude, 1-11. 1-11. No, dude, we're not putting that on us.
I'm not saying 1-11.
Come on,
but I'm saying they bounced back and were able to add players and move forward. It is not a death penalty for your team, okay? If you don't have the skill available on the roster, there's not much you can do. But I do think, Dave, this absolutely needs to be the end of Pat Shurmur as the offensive coordinator going forward. They need to cater this offense around Julian Lewis. Find a coordinator for Julian Lewis, and that is what we need to move forward with at this point.
Yeah. I want to read a couple super chats here from Tez, sending some money your way.
Appreciate it, Tez. Tez, remember, reach out to me, by the way. Send me your info. You need to email me. We were supposed to send you your T-shirt this week, and I didn't hear from you. So please send me your info.
Here, sending $10 says, I'm here to set the record straight with an 8. Ryan was hitting guys in their hands. They weren't catching the ball. Also, the defense can't take down the quarterback. That is ridiculous. Yeah, again, Staub was more decisive than Staub, I guess. Yeah, it didn't make a difference in the end, but
it doesn't.
Yeah. And then here we got the Staub hype did not suck. Well, it was fun. It was fun, man. Made for a really fun week. He hit the tight ends and receivers on their numbers. Wide open throws dropped. Omarion couldn't catch a cold. It wasn't on Ryan. I would say he wasn't the solution either, though. And I think that is worthy criticism of Ryan Staub, that I think he played maybe better than what his stat line would suggest at some points in the game. But again, he didn't get the job done. The receivers didn't get the job done. Pat Shurmur didn't get the job done, man. There's not really blame needs to go around to everybody. Simeon Price, man. He's like the only guy in the offense that can be like,
yes.
Yeah. Simeon Price was good. I think Michael Welsh had negative rushing yards in this game. This dude wanted to run to the sideline immediately when he got the ball every single time, man. We just look so undisciplined, man, in every single aspect. I just, we suck tonight. That's really all it comes down to is that we made Houston look freaking amazing, and we suck. We made them again look like they had Lamar Jackson back there and Christian McCaffrey back there, man. That's pathetic, man. I'm terrified of conference play here in 2 weeks, man. I am absolutely terrified of this gauntlet we got coming up after Wyoming. But I ain't going to stress about that, man. There's a chance we could lose to Wyoming with how we played, man.
Yeah. And I said that to somebody online. I said, next week should have been an easy win. It should have been another Delaware, because the more I look at Wyoming, Dave, they're in the middle of a rebuild, a full rebuild from their team last year. So the team last year that, played well against Boise State, the team that, did some things last year, they're not the same team. And so I thought it was going to be another Delaware. At this point, it's going to be a close game. I still will probably pick Colorado in the end, just because I am a fan. And that's another thing I would like to talk about to everybody in the chat, to anybody watching this later on, to everybody that just is like constant, like my DMs constantly. Dave and I are fans. Like, we're fans of CU. We are not going to cheer for their downfall. We're not going to cheer for the team to not succeed based on what we say. Like, if I had said that CU was going to lose that game before the game, am I going to cheer for CU to lose that game so that I can be proven right? Because there's certainly some fans online that are taking victory laps that claim to be CU fans because, they saw it coming, and, because Prime didn't see it coming, it's all his fault and all this stuff. I get that, but what's the point in being a fan of teams?
We're not going to platform any chats or anything like that just direct towards that kind of conversation, dude, because it's pointless, dude. It's pointless. But man, I got a master's degree from Colorado, man. I cheer for them every week, but I gotta call it like I see it, man. Dude, I cannot believe. I think Buddy asked, "Are you going to revise your predictions?" Well, those were predictions, buddy. Now we're seeing it play out. And what we're seeing is, man, this team ain't close to being an 8-4 team. No way, dude. No way. So I'm gonna revise my prediction. My prediction is what it was. We got a lot of work cut out for us to even right now sniff bowl eligibility, man. I'm praying to God Peggy does not die without another bowl win. But right now, it ain't looking good.
It's not looking good.
It ain't looking good.
It's not looking good.
Yeah.
You look at the schedule now.
Man. Yeah.
You look at. Go ahead, Dave. You finish. Sorry.
What I was gonna say is like, okay, what do you do? It's very clear. We all kind of thought this team had more depth, but maybe not the star talent. Obviously, Shador and Travis, those guys, it's clear they really elevated this team, man. Because we're like, well, we're deeper, man. I think we got a worse defensive line. I mean, dude, Houston had it felt like they were dropping like flies, and we still couldn't get to the quarterback, man. It was insane. I think we had 2 sacks today. It should have been so many more than that. And man, what am I gonna say, man? This is strangely like a rebuilding year, in a sense. We can't even get the top draft pick, man. We don't have a draft to tank for, man. That's what sucks, But I think maybe you just start fresh and say, you know what, we're just gonna focus on development of some of our young, promising players, because I will say, I think Ryan Staub absolutely deserved to earn this start. But again, wasn't part of the solution for even being competitive against Houston, which is troubling. So maybe you say, get out of here, Pat Shurmur, go enjoy retirement, bring in Brett Bartolone, and just see what you can get going with Julian Lewis, man, over this year.
You go back 2 years ago, Dave, to Prime's first year at Colorado. Obviously, it started out with a bang, and it wavered the rest of the year. And that was with Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders in the roster. And what we found out from that roster, and everybody can agree on that, was CU, they didn't have the right personnel. They didn't have the right personnel that year. They just didn't. They didn't have guys who were bought in. They had some selfish players who were in it for selfish reasons. The problem with college football, guys, is your roster is your roster. And if you don't have the talent, you don't have the right guys in place, the season's a wash. There's nothing you can do. You can't just magically make something happen. You can't just magically, we can switch all the coaches up we want. I've already heard that online, that every single Hall of Fame coach needs to be kicked out. That's not going to change anything. And that's not going to make anything better. And that's, if anything, going to put us backwards in time in the long run. No matter what you think about the coaches and what they are. The fact is, the players play the game. And last I checked, all the missed tackles. I mean, Dave, at least 4 sacks that should have happened on Connor Weigman that we missed. Just completely whiffed on him. Like, what? Terrible. But nobody's going to talk about that because, the offense couldn't, stay on the field long enough for them. But if they make that tackle, they get off the field.
Regardless of who's quarterback, dude, we needed to score 37 points to win this game. Not one of these quarterbacks was getting that done, man.
Yeah, Hawaii Chris, his super chat.
Oh, let me get to it. First, let me read Eric's.
Yes.
Thanks for the $5.
Appreciate you, Eric.
I took Shedeur for granted and didn't know how much he hit. Yeah, him and Travis. We lost a Heisman winner.
Dave, go look at my Twitter. Like, I had the perfect tweet after that game. The perfect tweet. I pulled off the perfect meme.
Okay, you read
Hawaii Chris.
Yeah, go find it.
Here's the thing. Salter needs to be the starter moving forward. He shouldn't have lost the job. Bartolone or Leftwich play calling. Salter can win 7 games with his ability. He didn't even turn over the ball. What does 7 games accomplish for this team at this point? What does 7 wins accomplish for this team at this point, guys?
Well,
I mean, like, that's only if it guarantees you 7 wins. I don't even think it does that. But you act like the 7 wins is all of a sudden, like, Salter's a one and done quarterback. He was the starter that was supposed to take us to the Big 12 championship. That's not happening anymore. Not with this team right now. Not with how it's made up. That's the
I just feel like
of.
Once you decided to bench him, dude, you can't go back to him.
That's correct. That's my point. So it is. That's why I said Juju is the only option at this point going forward, because you're now thinking about development and the future of this team and being able to show off your 5-star quarterback in the wings, and whether or not he is the future of this team, and whether or not recruits can say, oh, I like what I see out of Juju. I want to be a part of that and play with Julian Lewis.
Right. Yeah.
Because there will be guys that will want to play with him. There will be guys that will say, hey, I think I can help turn this around with Julian Lewis at the helm. Okay, that's what I'm going to do.
And this is absolutely why Pat Shurmur needs to be fired yesterday.
It's 2 tweets back, or 1 more tweet.
Oh,
back.
My bad. I thought I found the right tweet.
No, meme photo on it.
Oh, my
there
bad.
There you go.
Oh,
I had to pull out the...
Dude, beautiful. Yeah, you sure miss him, don't you? And if you don't believe Shedeur's number needs to be retired after this game, I don't know what to tell you, man. We almost lost to Delaware. We weren't even close to winning this game, man. I had some hope going into halftime, but then, dude, on that last drive, or that first drive to open up the third quarter, I was like, man, this is starting to feel like 2023.
Yeah. And after the game, I mean, the same thing that I tried to mention to people at some point as well. Houston tackles were in the backfield as soon as CU running backs were handed the ball over and over again. It was instantaneous. And I told you guys this week, I got so much crap on social media when I said this team cannot run block. Our running backs are that good. I will say that. That's why Simeon Price, yes, he is doing just good with what he has. The fact is, the running backs are making some plays even when they're not getting the help that they should. They're not moving anything on the interior. Anything on the interior.
Yeah. Yeah. And Hawaii Chris saying, hey, that's mad selfish for a team to squander. Yeah, dude. I don't like how this whole thing is played out with Salter, dude. Like it almost reminds me. Sorry, I'll read his comment.
Yeah.
I'll let you answer, Russ. But to squander Salter's last year of eligibility when he shouldn't have been benched, that's messed up. Now I will say, again, I don't know if he did much to earn the trust of the staff, when the season started. Let's be honest, I felt a little bit different about it at the time, but again, you couldn't deny how, Ryan Staub just looked fantastic last week compared to the other quarterbacks. But this kind of reminds me of a Sean Lewis type thing, man, where we bring in Sean Lewis, hired, we're all excited, and
yep,
it just wasn't the right fit with Shedeur, dude. And it almost everybody's time got wasted, it feels like. And that's how it feels right now with Kane Salter in Colorado, which is just really, really unfortunate. It's almost like Prime and them, they didn't even know what they wanted. They didn't even care to put out a game plan. And here's the thing, Hawaii Chris, if they're not going to put out an offensive game plan and plays that play to Kane Salter's strength, there's no point in playing him. And right now I have no confidence that Pat Shurmur can put out a game plan that will highlight what we know Kane Salter's good at.
Dave, I think that is perfect. That is the point. That's the point I've been trying to make all week to people. This is not a dual threat quarterback system. Why we went after a dual threat quarterback and didn't build the entire system around him, I have no clue. So in that case, Hawaii Chris, you were absolutely right. That is on the coaches and how they treated Caden Salter.
Yeah.
And it's probably going to hurt us when it comes to transfer quarterbacks in the future. If we ever need one in the future. It's going to hurt us. There were plenty of other transfer quarterbacks out there that we should have been after, that played into what Shedeur was, that played into what Juju is. Like, it wasn't even like they have a quarterback in the wings that's also
Carson
dual threat.
Beck would have been a better idea, right? If we were going to go out, a more traditional pocket quarterback.
There's a long list of quarterbacks.
Compete with that NIL, I bet. But yeah, I understand what you're saying, Russ. Again, to me, it's just infuriating. It seems like now that we're talking about this, we can think of players brought in here and coaches where it's like everybody's time got wasted. Nobody knew what they wanted. And then we're just asking them to do something that's contrary to what their role is, man.
Here's the thing, because this is the other thing that's coming up, and it's coming up with this conversation, because there's already people, by the way, online calling for this. There's some people in the chat saying this. As longtime CU fans, I'm sorry, but Coach Prime is not being fired.
No,
okay,
absolutely not. No, we're riding this thing, baby.
That's craziest. Can we also just realize, guys, and he's not a good coach, he's not this, he's not that, he's blah, blah, blah. Guys, how many years has he been coaching? Like, you act like he's, Nick Saban, 20-year coach. Like, I get it. He's a Hall of Fame player. He knows his stuff. He knows what he's looking for. He's learning just as much as he's going through all this. Truthfully, it is. He's still continuing to learn. He's got to figure this stuff out. And what he probably learned, Dave, is that I don't want a dual threat quarterback. I do not need to recruit dual threat quarterbacks. I do not need to bring one in anymore. If that's not the system I'm going to run.
Yeah.
That's the case.
Yeah.
But I'm seeing it online.
I will say too, even though Salter totally got the raw deal, I feel like his body language and the way that he has handled himself on the sidelines, it's not helping the situation at all, man. Like, his body language was terrible against Delaware. And yeah, like, you can really feel for him, but again, I just think this whole thing with him and CU is probably done at this point.
Yeah. No. So and then the other point that's also being brought up as well is Jordan Seaton's transferring out after this year. I don't think you guys understand that. One, the amount of money that Jordan Seaton is getting to play here. Obviously, he could get that much probably at SEC school. The amount of what's the word? He truthfully, from everything I've heard, because I have heard some things, when it comes to his shoot, Dave, what am I thinking the word? Why I'm just blanking right now because it's so bad. When you're committed to something, your loyalty. Your loyalty. His loyalty to Prime and the program is a lot more than you guys can even think. He's not going to just jump ship for 1 year to go to an SEC school. The fact is that him playing here is not hurting his chances of going first over or, a first round pick. No. So there's no reason for him to go elsewhere. Okay. Because Seaton's entire goal is to be a first round draft pick in the NFL and to be a franchise left tackle at the NFL level. Okay. So all the people, there's so many people in the chat even saying like he's stupid to stay. Blah, blah, blah.
I ain't even worried about that right now. I understand that, Russ. We gotta. I don't know, man. We gotta beat Wyoming.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we do.
Can this defense stop Wyoming? Can our receivers catch the ball?
I think they can, Dave, but it's not a good reason why they can. It's just simply because at that point they're not going up against a Power 4 offensive line and defensive line like that. It's Delaware all over again, Dave. Like we said it after the Delaware game. There was a lot of bad things with the Delaware game. And if we play a competent team that has a Power 4 roster, we were going to be in trouble if we played like that. And sure enough, that's what happened.
Yeah.
So I think next week we'll probably be fine. It probably won't be pretty. It's not going to make people happy. That's where it's at. But
dude, I just hope to God, dude, Pat Shurmur's gone after this game. I feel like it's like a 5% chance it's going to happen. But
the question is the other part of this that I'm wondering of whether or not they make that sort of decision is if they have the person they want in house. Is a Brett Bartolone the guy they want doing the play calling? Is that going to make a difference? What does that do? I know people keep bringing up Byron Leftwich, but obviously he's going through some stuff and he's not really connected to the program right now. So the question is, is he ready to commit to be the OC of this team? I don't know. If that's not the case, firing him mid-season, I don't know what that does. That is punting on the season. I'm sorry. That's punting on the season at that point. Because I don't see how you can improve that much with a coach on staff. I love Brett Bartolone. I think he could probably improve. But would he be enough to all of a sudden elevate us to, beating these other teams? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Another super chat from Lamar. Lamar, and I appreciate Lamar's comment here.
Let's see here. To blame the quarterback is lowbrow. You can't give up 92 rushing yards in the first quarter. And
there is an entire
games, with this team giving up 400 plus yards on defense.
Go over to Twitter and you'll see there's an entire cult right now in my mentions because I said don't put this on Staub alone, saying that they are putting it on Staub.
Well,
they're 100% putting it on Staub because for the last 3 weeks the narrative has been that Caden Salter is the best quarterback on this roster and they're going to win so many games and do great things with Caden Salter as the quarterback.
Yeah, let's not have some revisionist history, man. Again, Ryan Staub absolutely deserved the start tonight with the offense that we're calling, man.
He was the hot hand.
That guy, man. Caden Salter ain't that guy. We should be playing Julian Lewis, man, if this is what it's going to look like. Like, that's how it should be, man. I was hoping it would look better with Staub this week, but...
And he had his moments. I mean, the end of the second half, 2 touchdowns, 2 drives, 1 drive that, I mean, it literally is Staub willing the team down the field and helicoptering into the that's what I'm talking about, Dave. Yeah. That sort of play energizes your teammates and gets you going.
Here's the thing, too, though. Like, again, I think the coaching staff, we broke that all down with the offensive systems and how it's not fitting some quarterbacks as well as the others, right? But 2, I think this team does have a leadership issue. I think clearly does.
Yep.
And again, I think with Caden Salter's body language, you guys might say that's a little ridiculous. Well, guys, this is a senior leader that we thought we were bringing in. And again, I know it's a really difficult situation to be in, but Jalen Hurts got benched in the national championship and did not have bad body language. He continued to be a great teammate. From what they've seen, I just don't know. I think collectively, again, I'm not saying that this is all on Salter, but I'm trying to say, like, we're not getting leadership from some of these older guys that we brought in, and then it's going to be put on these young guys that are talented to also be the leaders right now. I am a little concerned right now about kind of the dynamic and void of leadership that I feel like is happening right now in the locker
room. We need to ban somebody from the chat.
Oh, man, we had somebody saying some racist stuff. Sorry.
Ben Smith.
Oh, okay.
Dude. Where's Buddy?
He's on your channel, so you'll have to go.
Okay. I was like, Buddy, remind me on Monday to make you a mod at this point. I trust you enough. You've been around since the beginning. I trust you to have moderator privileges here in the future to make sure this doesn't happen.
Yeah.
If you want it.
Here we go again. $2 saying 65% of Houston starters are from their AAC roster. Yeah. How about that, man? I mean, haven't they been from their AAC roster? Haven't they been in the Big 12 for like 3 years now?
Yeah, so everybody said that last year was a rebuilding year for Houston. This year was their kind of transition year where they were going to improve greatly. I'm sorry, but Houston's defense, and everybody talked about this going into the season, had improved quite drastically, was looking good. The offense was the part that they were going to struggle with. Yeah. Not a lot of people believed in Connor Weigman to come in and be able to get back to his like original form of what they expected him at Texas A&M. And I still don't know if he is that guy or not. I think that's the problem is we just played an above average quarterback and we absolutely sucked. So be prepared because in 2 weeks, we're going to start playing the top tier quarterbacks in the conference. And if you thought that looked bad, it's going to be even worse. It's going to be even worse, guys.
Number 2 jerseys looking better every day. Yeah, guys.
That's right, baby. We're not wearing this ever again.
That's why when you get the wins, man, you never take them for granted. Don't you wish you could have been in a better mood last week when we beat Delaware? Myself included, man. That's why we can't get too short-sighted, man. But, Russ, I don't know where we go from here. I'm excited to see what changes are hopefully made because, you know, man, we never stay stagnant for too long. But something better be done, man. I'm going to say in the presser.
I'm going to be interested too, because I know a lot of fans are frustrated and pissed that he keeps kind of quote unquote gaslighting everybody. The whole time management thing from Georgia Tech and how he doubled down on a thing that every NFL player out there said is absolutely false. Last week, not really talking about it. I'm going to wait to see what he says this week. He better be absolutely furious. I mean, Dave, they asked him straight up in the middle of the game, what's going on? And he just said, we're garbage. And that was the end of the interview. So yeah. I hope that brings it back and, figures that out because guys, yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. And this is, I mean, let's go back to last year, Dave. Would you agree that the Nebraska game felt somewhat similar at the time? And that, mind you, was with Shedeur and Travis on the team. And then we had the Shedeur leaving the game with an injury and people making a big deal about that and all this stuff. Like, we were able to figure some things out after that. Like, it wasn't the absolute end of everything. Okay? It wasn't the absolute end of everything. But, yeah.
I this doesn't really feel like the Nebraska game to me. Because I'm not angry. Like,
true. I mean, it is
like,
different that way.
Yeah, like that
Because
was.
now we have to listen to Nebraska fans for the next 10 years just repeat the score of that game.
Again, that was a rivalry game, and we just laid down.
But
I don't feel like we laid down in this game. I just
that's who we are.
We got beat by a better team today, and we suck. Like,
yeah,
I'm not mad about that. That's just the reality of it, Like, I knew that team was much better than what we saw against Nebraska, and they proved it the rest of the year. I really don't know what they're going to prove the rest of the year. I have no idea.
And at this point, like, again, the whole, do you revise your predictions? Again, yes, because we now have educated information of what we're going on the prediction train. And if I'm honest, there's maybe right now with this team, if this team shows up to each week, Dave, maybe 3 wins the rest of the season. So we maybe get to 4 wins.
Dude,
unless something changes.
I'll tell you what, though. Right now, it's looking like we end the season with a Big 12 toilet bowl against Kansas State, and we will win that game. We will win that game.
Somebody's going to say, Avery Johnson's a running quarterback. We won't be able to keep up, but I'm telling you, if you guys have watched Kansas State the last couple of weeks, I get they didn't have Dylan.
Avery Johnson will look like Lamar Jackson again.
Oh, he will have an unbelievable game, but maybe by then, Julian Lewis is, kind of hitting on all cylinders, and we can get in a shootout with them at that point. I'm not sure, but yeah, the defense is, I still think, and by the way, guys, for anybody out there, like, I was a defensive apologist in the Georgia Tech game and even last week. Like, I was giving the excuses for the defense, but 3 weeks in a row of looking the exact same with no solution, there's nothing we can do about it, guys. The interior of our defensive line is completely dead. You heard the announcers through the whole game. They watched the Georgia Tech game. They saw that Georgia Tech just ran right down the middle of our line and succeeded. So what did Houston do? They ran right down the middle. Dude, and then after we filled in after we loaded the box, swing passes out to the outside to your running backs. Bam. CU is solved. Our defense can't figure that out because we don't have the skill to do it. We don't have guys that can stay with other guys. We don't have guys that can fill the gaps correctly. It is a skill thing, guys. I'm sorry. It really is.
I'm amazed by how slow we look, dude.
So slow. And Makari Vickers is supposed to be this really fast corner, and he got burned all game long. Like, all game long. Hawaii, Chris, you're absolutely killing it tonight. I appreciate it.
Yeah, Russ is going to be able to buy like 10 buff boxes this week.
No, you know what I'm doing? I'm buying a handle of Jack, and I'm drinking the rest of the week, guys. So thank you to everybody who has donated. You're going to the, Russ is an alcoholic fund at this point.
Well, I'll read this comment. He says, guys, I know the defense is trash, but I really hate the horizontal passes, all the goddamn screens and running back dump offs. And I actually think 42, Ben,
yes,
7, and Price played well.
Yes.
Hodge, French were horrible.
Correct.
Love the show. This is the best analysis that we've had. You gave the real take right here, Hawaii Chris. Yeah,
Hawaii Chris, I love it. You're right. And again, we said at the beginning, not everybody played bad, okay? But when you only have less than a handful of players that played okay or well in this game, in a team sport like football, it is going to not matter. It is not going to matter.
Yeah, and I don't know what to do, man. I don't know what to do when we're calling all these screens straight out of like 2005. These running back dump offs. Granted, I think more pressure was getting there, but we saw Staub. He started drifting in the pocket. All these different things. This just isn't a well-coached football team. It's just not in any aspect right now, except maybe special teams. Like, special teams was not an eyesore today. They weren't great. But yeah, probably one of these guys is going to have to be the Taco Bell Buffs Box Player of the Week, right?
Yeah. I mean, maybe Alex McPherson could be in there too.
Yeah.
He had his first career sack early in the game, looked pretty good there. Simeon Price, I think, if I'm going to pick and we might as well get into that. If I'm going to pick the Buff Box Player of the Week, it's probably going to be Simeon Price. I mean, he got the long touchdown. He looked good. By the way, averages. Do you want to hear what we had? Simeon Price. Dave, you're not going to believe this.
Oh yeah, I know.
Oh my God.
I know, dude.
Guys,
I know.
Simeon Price,
Catch, Dermer.
5 carries, 51 yards, and a touchdown. He averaged 10 yards a carry. Can we just talk about that? Can we just talk about that?
Yeah, so averaging 10 yards a carry. Let's not feed this man.
Yeah. So 10 yards a carry. By the way, Michael Welsh had a very bad game.
I know, dude.
Very bad game. 5 carries for -2 yards. I will say, Dave, I will give him the benefit of the doubt because I know 2 of those plays were blown up as he got the ball. So again, I'm not trying to crap on who Michael Welsh is. I love him and I want him to break out. But 5 yards for -2 yards, or 5 carries for -2. Taylor, 2 carries for 11 yards. His best carry was an 11-yard gain. It was finally we ran it outside. Where's that been all season? We run a sweep play with DeKalon Taylor and he gets 11 yards.
No, dude.
But Simeon Price, over 10 yards a carry and a touchdown, guys. Over 10 yards a carry.
I'm actually thinking about this right now, Russ. I talked about how I wanted to see a Remember the Titans playbook. Dude, we got that Remember the Titans playbook. The problem is that we couldn't.
We don't have the players.
The plays on 8 plays. We couldn't even execute the 8-play Remember the Titans playbook today.
Yeah. Yep. And then pass plays. Omarion Miller led the team in receiving, by the way, guys. Injured Omarion Miller, 3 catches, 54 yards. His longest was the 36-yarder, which, by the way, I think if Omarion, and tell me if you agree with this, Dave, if he's healthy, he probably takes that to the house. Do you think the shovel pass?
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
man. I think he takes that to the house. Joseph Williams, 3 catches for 52 yards and a touchdown. Draylon Miller, I will give him his flowers at least to say that he didn't drop anything this week, so he didn't continue that streak.
You didn't count that one as a drop? That hit him right in the hands? I mean, it was thrown a little outside. Right,
maybe
like 3rd and 1.
I don't know if they didn't count it as a drop. By the way, the only player with a drop, there's 2 players with a drop, which was that drive. Omarion Miller had 1 drop, and then Zach Atkins had a drop. Also, Zach Atkins, 1 catch for 1 yard, 2 targets total. What are we doing with not using the tight end? Like, what happened to 2 years ago and Mikey Harrison just blowing up? I need to figure this out a little bit differently. Like, the all-22 is going to be interesting to see. Is it the receivers not getting open? Is it the reads not being there? Or another thing, Dave, because I did see this in a breakdown from somebody else week 1. The play calling was so poor as far as the routes go. They were not putting the receivers in positions to succeed or the quarterbacks to succeed as well. So, yeah. And Sincere Brown, man, 2 catches, 3 targets, 15 yards. It's rough.
Tough game, man.
It's rough. Do they have missed tackles in this stat that I'm looking at right now? No, they don't. They don't have missed tackles because I would be interested to see what that number. We'll have to see PFF on Monday.
Pathos saying, I was at the game. It was a complete surrender. Never seen anything like it in the prime. Do you feel like we gave up in the second half?
I don't know if we did that.
I just think we suck.
I mean, the defense couldn't. I mean, maybe gave up when there was 5 minutes left and it was a 2-score game. Sure, maybe that's it. But I don't think the third quarter we quit.
I just think we suck. We suck tonight, man. We're just not a good football team. There were games. I mean, we've watched a lot of losing football over the years, Russ, and
trust me, there's been worse.
When guys quit, and
there's been worse than this, guys. Again, if you guys are new Buffs fans, I don't want any like long-term Buffs fans. Like I get it online. People are just like, oh, Buffs fans are, if you just talk crap about this team, they're going to hate you. That's not what it is. Like what it is us long-term Buffs fans being like, you guys have no idea what's down bad, what's bad football, what's any of this. Like this is still better than a lot of the 1-11 year. And for people to say, oh, we're back to 1-11 and how bad we are.
We're going to start coping, baby. We did not lose by 50 to Air Force. Okay. Okay.
Guys, we lost to Air Force by 50 points and they were running their option offense.
All right.
Oh, geez.
But this is disappointing, man. This sucks.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
I'm not going to lie, though. I love having to come on here and talk about it, though.
I mean,
it is
hey,
fun.
Crash out. Yeah, crash out post game. We get to hear everything. That's the Montez teams were fun though. Is it though? Is it worse than what we've had in the past? Are you serious?
Bobby G, dude, really? Really? Dude.
It's the whole recency bias, Dave. I think that's the biggest problem with fans everywhere. I try and remind myself in sports, like being a Broncos fan, Dave. Like I try to remind myself, we won a Super Bowl 10 years ago. That sounds crazy to like live off that, but there are NFL fans that have never won a Super Bowl. So
maybe some, Dennis, but we'll just be right here, man. We'll be right here.
I mean, the fair weather fans are going to back out as always because after a loss like that, you always see the subs drop for the fair weather fans. But
they're always welcome back.
They will be because as soon as we have like a great game or something else, like I lost 5 subscribers tonight. Not as much as, by the way, the Nebraska game. I lost like 25 subscribers. That was a dark night. That was a dark night, Dave.
Oh man. Well, once we win again, man, this next week. Dude, I'm going to be on here talking about how we can be a dark horse contender in the Big 12, baby. You're going to be hearing that from me.
Hey, exactly. We'll be back to a high. Speaking of which, Dave, I haven't been this down since the early 2000s, Dave.
Oh, for real? Nah, man.
You go back to those days. You had the Y2K scare. You had, dial-up internet. Well, although maybe that was a better time because then I didn't have to deal with Twitter and people's comments and allowing anybody to say whatever, including myself.
Don't go on Twitter, man. Don't go on Twitter. Don't do it.
But a word from our sponsor, the Taco Bell Decades menu is back, baby, everybody. So, hey, at least there's that. So if you or a loved one has experienced emotional distress due to slow internet 25 years ago, you can relive that moment now. You can go back to Dave, we can go back to the 2000s when CU was dominant back in the old, Big 12 days. So Taco Bell has officially re-released their Decades menu, Y2K menu with 5 favorites back. The Cool Ranch Doritos Locos Taco, the Caramel Empanada, the Chili Cheese Burrito, the 7-layer burrito, and Dave, the GOAT has returned. The original GOAT. The double-decker taco is back, baby.
About time.
It is about time. Not only that, you can get those items for $3 or less. And even better, unlike the Buff Box, which is regional only, you can get the Decades menu at any Taco Bell location. So don't forget to add your Buff Box. I get it. You're probably mad at some of those players. Maybe you're not. Maybe you want to keep Jordan Seaton at CU. If you do, you should probably go buy a Buff Box because that money goes to him. So, 4 Taco Bell Classics, collectible CU cup, all for $7. Hey, Dave, for $10, you can get a Y2K item and the Buff Box and be fed like completely. You probably feed 2 people on that if I'm being honest. So, shout out to Taco Bell because every time CU scores a touchdown this year, Taco Bell will support CU Athletics with a $1,000 donation to the Golden Buffalo Scholarship Fund. So, hey, Dave, that trash touchdown at the end of the game to Joseph Williams, that at least got another $1,000 donated.
Thank God we get something else out of it. Thank God that DB just gave up.
Right? All 3 DBs.
I thought he was about to send Joseph Williams to the hospital, man. I was really worried about
it. It was nice of him to do that.
He's just like, whatever, dude. You can catch it. Ain't no biggie.
So, whatever. Scobuffs, Liv Moss at Taco Bell. Appreciate Taco Bell for supporting us. Thank you guys so much. Even in losses, hey, we're still gonna have fun with it. I'm gonna go eat my $7 box sometime this weekend and drink a handle of Jack and enjoy myself because hey, there's still life to live. There's still life to live.
Yeah, guys, come on, go out, enjoy it. Like I said, man, my grandpa turned 100 today. I met my nephew for the first time today, man.
Can't be a bad day, Dave. Can't be a bad day.
It can't be a bad day. I still get to come on here and talk about the Buffs. That still is very fun for me, even if we might suck. So we'll be back on Wednesday for the Buffs Blitz. Russ,
previewing Wyoming.
I'm sure.
Yes. Hey guys, anybody out there, whether you're on Dave's channel or mine, it's officially Crash Out Monday time. I'm excited to hear from you guys on what you think. Okay, I want to hear your opinions on Monday. Don't let me sit there and talk to myself again and talk myself in circles. You guys want to call in on Monday and talk about this team. Okay, hey. But let's do the 24-hour rule now, Dave, right? Let's do the 24-hour day rule. Let's enjoy the weekend. Watch some college football, guys, okay? Watch the Big 12. I think you'll be surprised. Maybe the Big 12 isn't as good as we think it is. Maybe, we're just all bad.
Yeah, it's probably more that. Yeah.
Maybe. But enjoy your football. Enjoy your weekend. Come back on Monday with a fresh perspective of this game and what you think Colorado should do. And hey, if any breaking news happens over the weekend with changes to Colorado, you'll know we'll definitely be covering it next week. So I hope to see everybody out there on the Monday show giving their opinions. I appreciate all of you guys in the chat. I appreciate all the super chats. Hawaii Chris, man, you are the bomb. You have made my weekend. Like I said, you've funded my alcohol for the weekend, so I get to enjoy myself.
Dude, man, I love it. I love it. Said, don't worry, when I win the lottery next month, I'm gonna bless y'all. Colorado will rebound and finish the year strong, dude. I hope so.
I love it. I love the optimism.
Yeah.
Hey, don't tear people down for having optimism, guys. Just FYI. Anybody who wants to call somebody crazy for their takes, this is all fun. Do you guys know this isn't like real life? This isn't. Buddy, that's what I'm here for. That's what Dave and I are here for, because you could go online and crash out right now post game with a lot of angry people and some people who are in fact happy that Colorado lost the way they did, because it just again solidifies them as the greatest football minds in the world. The fact is that it's life. Football is football. We're fans. It's something we get to enjoy. If you're not going to enjoy it, why even do it?
Why even do it, dude?
Right?
To prove yourself you're smart, I guess. To prove yourself you're right. But man, we just do it to be fans. We want to see this win.
That's it.
We get
and are we wrong most of the time, Dave? Are we wrong most of the time with our takes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Feel free to clip us.
Caden Salter, 4,000 yards. Draylon Miller might have more drops on the season than yards. So.
I forgot about that take, Dave. That was the spicy take of the preseason.
Dude,
the super spicy take.
Dude, again, this is lining up to feel like my 2023 takes. My 2023, dude.
And yet,
we're gonna go to a bowl game. We're gonna win a bowl game. Shador's gonna win the Heisman. All these things.
Yeah, we gotta give the fan takes, man. We're just having fun. It's all about having fun. So we appreciate you guys. I really do. I appreciate all you guys in the chat. Minus the two people we had to ban today. But hopefully it's fun. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Hopefully you guys can feel a little bit better going to bed. You can fall asleep tonight. Don't worry about it, guys. We'll figure it out. Reggie, I get it. I hate it too. I want us to be good. I want to watch a good football team. I want to see Coach Prime succeed, because I do believe in his message and I believe in who he is as a person, no matter what people say. So I get it. We want to have a good football team to cheer. It's fun. Last year was fun, right? TCU 2 years ago. We'll never probably have that moment again. That was fun. I mean, I was in tears literally at the end of that game, Dave.
I won $500 off that game, man.
I should have, but I lived in a state that didn't allow gambling.
Oh, you should have had Profit X, where you can you can play on your own sports predictions.
Oh, that's right.
Sports predictions. Sign up using the promo code Dave, and you could have been like me today, still coming back with. In my case, I put 3 profit dollars on them to hit the over. So I made 3 profit dollars, man. It was great. It was great. I'm $3 richer. Thank you, Profit X. So, man, Rush, I had another joke to say. I did, but I forgot it. Other than that, I'll just end it with this, man. When you make the adjustment to say, you know what, we're gonna run or remember the Titans playbook, and then you can't execute the remember the Titans 8-play playbook, your OC's got to go.
Yep. I get it. Yeah. Probably best bet, Dave. We're just staying off Twitter for the rest of the weekend because there are literally people now starting profile photos for Salter, start Salter campaigns.
I love that.
All this stuff, acting like Caden Salter was
Staub one.
Staub was the only reason we lost this game, guys. Staub was the only reason we lost this game.
Yeah. Man.
Yep. Staub was the only reason we lost this game, guys. Nothing else matters. Caden Salter would have easily just carried the whole team on his back. He would have tackled people. He would have intercepted the ball. He'd have thrown the ball to himself. Dave, a little bit of that action.
Dude, I miss Gavin Cole. Sorry, he who shall not be named. Sorry.
How dare you?
I can't say his name.
How dare you mention that name? Everybody in the chat, F's for Dave now at this point because he had to bring up that guy's name.
Please unsubscribe.
No. Jesus.
Please do it. All right. I'm going to eat some cookies. I'm just going to do that. I'm going to eat some cookies. Guys, you make this fun. I love getting on here. Therapy session with you guys. We might suck. We're going to be made fun of this week, but we'll trauma bond together, dude. There might not be any silver lining, man, but we're going to be trauma bonded, and that's got to mean something.
Yep, for sure. For sure, guys. Hey, we're all in this together. We're all Buffs fans. That's the point of this. That is the point of this show. Andy, don't you dare feed into that. Don't you dare feed into that.
I'm not highlighting that.
We're all talking in the Discord after this. So, how dare you? How dare you?
I'm going to shut this thing down. Ruskin, thanks again. Big shout out to Hawaii Chris for giving away all of his life savings for us. Have a wonderful evening, guys. Sco Buffs.